name is Harry, and I'm from London.
Meghan Markle here.
Today is August 25th, 2025. It is, what time is it? 3:10 a.m. I have a list. I'm not sure what most of them are. You know what? Let's just go to Twitter. Yesterday, over the weekend, all I was doing was editing, and I kept on adding to the list. I don't remember what most of them are. So, this is the first this is the first link that I have. This one I think I remember. It's from IG. Someone tagged me on it, reminding me of something.
Have y'all heard?
Okay, so this is something someone tagged me on IG. So let's go over it. I sort of listened to it already, unlike most of the videos I tend to share with you. So let's listen.
Sussex, her bestie, is going to be launching a podcast soon, and y'all know that I'm talking about Miss Serena Williams, and she's going to be doing it with her sister Venus Williams. So I'm super excited about that, and I hope one of the topics that they talk about is Venus's wedding, because she is engaged. Not sure when she's getting married, but I know that Serena is planning all of her events, so I can't wait to get the inside scoop on that.
Okay, two things before we continue. The first thing is, a few minutes ago, I didn't put it on the list purposely because I didn't want to talk too much about it. There's something about Serena Williams is promoting, and people are having issues with it, about weight loss. I'm aware of it, but I don't know too much of it, because I'm seeing a lot of people are coming out and somewhat not in agreement of Serena being the face of it. So that's that. The other thing is, with Venus, is it boyfriend or fiance or something like that? I don't know. I have a weird feeling about him. I don't know what it is, but I have a weird feeling about you know what? Let's leave it as that. Let's continue. Oh, the third thing is, I'm so glad so many other people are coming with their podcast, and I'm so appreciative that other squaddies are letting us know, because I'm not on a lot of platforms. So when I see things like that promoting other people's podcasts, it's good. That way I have option when I'm not doing anything. At least I could listen to. All right, so that's that. Let's continue. Oops.
We're going to continue with our reviews of the Aspire podcast with Imagery, as well as a new one that I want to bring in. These two sisters started a podcast called Meghan Just Like Us, and they talk about all things Meghan Markle. So I'm so excited about that, to be able to support them.
Okay, that one I've already shared in one of my videos. One of the squaddies on Twitter mentioned it, and I think there was a video about it, and I did share it with you already.
And bring it here to introduce all of you to it. So I'm super excited for us to now get 3 podcasts that we can talk about. So if the Duchess of Sussex has put Confessions of a Female Founder on hold, at least we have some things to replace that while we're missing it. And hopefully she reprises that soon once her schedule levels out with As Ever. So I'm super excited. So I hope that you guys will be here to be able to chum it up with me so we can talk about all of these podcasts, because they are going to be amazing.
All right, so that's that, and I'm done with this. And thank you to the person who shared it with me on IG. I appreciate that. And let's pause. Also, I have to say, that same person usually send me a lot of tag me on IG with a lot of really cool links for me to check out. Sometimes I just don't have enough time to go over all of them. Okay, editing take a lot of time. Okay, so that's that. I'm done with this. What is she saying now? I didn't see that one. Duchess of Sussex has ever arrived early. So that's probably something. Oh, let's leave that alone. Alright, so on Twitter, let's put, these are other things. Let's look for the Serena. Oh, I did put it. That's the next thing. Serena Williams. I think that's the thing I was just mentioned on the last. Okay. Yeah, I'm seeing people. I don't really want to talk too much about it because I don't. Alright, let's go over it really quickly. I'm not gonna read this. Whatever is next to it is just too much. Okay. Jameela Jamil criticizes Serena Williams for promoting and being the face of GLP-1 weight loss drug. The actress warned of serious health risks and points to Williams' husband's tie as an investor in the company. Okay. I don't know why I don't feel comfortable talking about this. I'm gonna leave it alone because I don't know too much about it. When it comes with medical things, you just need to speak with a doctor. That's it. I'm gonna leave it as that. Even if it's Serena Williams who's promoting it and doing all sort of things, these things have to do with between you and your doctor. I don't know how this goes. I'm gonna leave it alone because I don't feel too comfortable talking about it because I'm seeing a lot of other people coming after Serena for talking about it. So there's a possibility I might come back to this at some point, but right now I just don't feel comfortable. So let's leave it as that. Next one. This one I shared it on my community board with you. It's a thread. Looking at the latest 2024 financials of Will and Kate Royal Foundation, and it's a scam. It's a charity with zero impact, set up to fund self-promoting me activities under the guise of charity. This is a thread breaking down this shameless hoax. Alright, so let's see here. Is this a link or just image? That's just an image. Alright. Cut through the BS and we see that of the £12 million raised, only £1 million was actually given in grants and donations. A pitiful amount they should be ashamed to state publicly. This is less than $1.6 million spent, £1.6 million spent on fundraising costs. I'm not gonna go over all of these. If you could see this, that's good. I'll try to enlarge it. Total charitable grant and donation. So this is what they donate to. The amount, the total. £1,156,112. So this is the total. 2024, that's how much. And 2023, this is how much they donated. That's kind of small. Okay. Okay, analysis of staff costs and the cost of key management personnel. Total staff costs comprise £4.1 million. Gross wage and salaries, 491,613. Social security costs. What is social security costs in the UK? I don't think this is the same thing as in the US. 299,000. Plus pension costs, 58,000. Other benefit include medical insurance, 58,000. Okay, I don't know much about this, so I can't say too much. PR stunt. The only thing I could say for the amount of donation, if the figures, what she says original here, what was it? 1 million was spent, and how much did they raise? Okay, I don't know. So that's that. The early years project gave grant amounting to a whopping £102,473. Will's infamous Homeward project only gave 364,000 plus. Good luck solving homelessness on that PR stunt. Here's the icing on the scam cake. Okay, 9.9 million pound was spent on a bucket they call other charitable activities. This is a bucket often used when charities want to hide multitude of sins like me PR expenses that they tag as awareness raising, aka creative accounting. Willy and Kate have been consistent in their refusal to account for any of the funds they receive. These accounts were only given because they had no choice, but it should come as no surprise to anyone that their foundation is all smoke and mirrors. Thank you for doing this. I had started but couldn't be asked, but you broke down beautifully. They literally have no impact at all, and they are glad their friends are them with. I mean, this is why they're doing it, because their friends don't bother looking into all of this. They rather spend more time looking into Harry and Meghan things and then make up some BS. They literally have no impact at all, and they are glad their friends are dimwit. Those accounts will mean F to them, but it's shameful that out of 12 million pound, only 1.6 million was given out to actual cause. Okay, so there's that number again. 12 million was raised, only 1.16 million was given. By the way, who spent 645,000 on offices? How many buildings does William own? Can they use some of those for their offices, and this money can go to, let's say, food banks? All while evicting people from their homes? Why aren't Daily Mail and all those UK media talk about this? They surely scrutinize Archwell account. That's what I be saying. That's what I just said. They'll rather focus on Harry and Meghan's thing and then to make up some BS. Excellent question. It's a scam, and they have scammer mouthpieces who never scrutinize their financial like they do with Archwell Foundation. Exactly. They know they can get away with anything. God is good. There was something I was talking about. Where was it? Oh, it's on my community, but at some point maybe I should make a video itself on some of the things I've been posting on my community board, things that people should be paying attention to. Okay, one thing that I've always telling is the ratio of fundraising to cost. It's very large in all royal charities. Charles has the same issue, a red flag, all self-serving. Yeah. Alright, let's leave that alone. We already know they're not really using the money for what needs to be done. Alright, so specifically, let's look at for instance, when Charles received the bag of money, they started doing an investigation. Next thing you know, it's dismissed. They claim it was for some charities or something like that, but I don't know. Did anybody see all the numbers? Oh my God. Let's go to the next tweet. Well, family account. Going blonde for headlines, a desperate attempt to grab attention by single white female vibes. Kate Middleton showed someone who's recovering from cancer keep away from chemicals. But when Meghan Sussex with Love Meghan season 2 is the news, one becomes desperate to be seen. I have this another tweet I came across mention it. Okay, let me move it to be right after. Let's pause. I just moved some stuff around. Okay. Did she bleach her hair or something? It's the light. Let's pause that. It's the light hitting her hair from the window. Let's zoom in on the kids and talk about how miserable she looks. There's the heart here. Some narrative. Okay, so that's me here 10 hours ago. Some narrative they were trying to sell was not sold. Now back to Act 2, Scene 1. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I don't know. For some reason, the moment I saw this, I feel like there's something they're trying to cook up. Whatever nonsense they were putting out at first, the squad probably scratched it, and it didn't go as planned. So they're coming up with something else. I don't know. To show that they are family? I don't know. It's really sad about the kids, but whatever. Oh, so there's a full image of them here. A blonde wig pitiful, more like a cry for help is written all over this latest nonsense. How miserable they all look. Where's the other one? The youngest. Is it? No, that's George. Okay. Is that two different pictures? So here is the girl in the middle. There's the boy here. Okay, I'm not seeing the other kid. The youngest. Yeah, they all look miserable. I don't know. I feel like they're cooking up something. I don't know. Maybe because of the house that were mentioned last week, that she's moving to that a mental asylum looking house. I don't know. They're cooking up something. Let me read what's there and then move on. Bottom up. Yes, chemicals and any hair dye can be traced in your urine only a few days later. She's going gray and they have to make her hair lighter. Okay, who styled this woman? Her skin color does not suit this blonde, almost peroxide look, or her people taking the piss. The bad headlines about the houses of, that's what I thought too, being a full happy family forced them out. They they look miserable. Prince William, Kate, I have no joy. Yeah, that's what I think happened. I didn't even see this comment here. It's the narrative that was going on last week regarding the house, and the squad call it out, especially some American squaddies calling a mental asylum and compare it with a building that's in the US somewhere in Pennsylvania. So this is why they can't really move forward with their stupidity, with their narrative, because the squad keeping a tab on them. Am I saying right? Is one side blonde and one side brown hair, but the other side still look brunette. What is going on? Yeah, there has to be, shade and shadows and all of that. I don't know what's going on. I just want to share that with you. Okay, so there was another tweet that's making reference to it. Oh, is that the same? No, it's not the same. Another caption of them being in the car. So this is why I move it up, since this one was there. I didn't remember how I how I line up the list. Next tweet. For someone whose mother died in a car crash who wasn't wearing a seatbelt, I find it appalling that William isn't either. It's truly a gross example to set, especially when you're being photographed and have your kids in the car. Short distance is irrelevant. I can't tell if the kids are, because none of them look to have a strap go across their chest, could be across their lap, but my 2017 Acura back seat has straps that goes across your chest, so I assume a Range Rover will be the same. Alright. So she's saying here she doesn't see the kids. This one right here, there's something going across. Or is that from in the back of William? Okay. This kid, okay. So she's saying here she doesn't see any strap going across in the kids, but she sort of reframed herself, saying that maybe a back seat might have one just around the lap. Looks like it's time to show up again, church. LOL, with love, Meghan's hit show airs on Tuesday. Coincidence? As ever, Meghan? These people are something. Okay, let's pause that. Someone convinced me they are all happy to be visiting King Charles III. God, I'm glad Harry and Meghan got to escape that toxic circus. Again, let's thank William for that. They only step out because they had their chain massively yanked by the media. Kate's miserable face with dead eyes is on many front pages. Okay, I don't think any of them are wearing seatbelts. Kate is. Let's see here. Okay, her hair is blocking the rest of it, so she probably is. I have to say, Kate did try. I've said this in past videos, especially last year when they were going places. She was trying to create that facade thing, but William can't act. He just doesn't want it. He's done. He's done. And I don't think he's trying to improve on anything. Okay, actually, he's wearing a seatbelt, albeit incorrectly, and not over his shoulder. But it's behind him, it seems like. Okay, it's hard to say. I don't know. Okay, it doesn't look like the kids are wearing them either. Let's see here. Different images. Oh, so he was there. This is who I was looking for, the young kid. So he was there. Prince George left and Louis appeared deep in conversation as Louis looked up at his older brother during the car journey. Okay, I didn't see his head. He's shorter, so I didn't see his head. Okay, it's hard to see, like she said in her caption. Maybe it's across their lap or something like that. Okay, the Princess and Princess of Wales are seen driving their children to Sunday church service in Balmoral. I don't think they have to come out. Look at the girl in the back. They all look miserable. What the hell? It seems like they stopped the kids from doing things that they normally do. They're like, kids, you gotta show up. We're all happy family. Let's get in the car. All right, what's on the screen right here? That's it. Well, that looks like a fun call, right? I'm telling you, phew, miserable. The Wells always said family. You can see it. There's no joy in their eyes. It's really weird. What do you think? Yeah, I think this is not something they do normally, unless if it's specific dates or something like that. This picture, it seems like, because of things that were being said last week, because the tabloid were calling them out to come out. So it seems like this is not a normal things they do. The kids probably were stopped from doing the things that they like to do, whatever, play games or whatever. So they had to come out. So they were pissed about it. That's what I think. All right, this is my opinion. Okay. Most accident occur close to home. Doesn't look like the kids have seat belt. Okay, have seats or belt on, but can see Wadey is going under her hair. Okay, UK child seatbelt laws different. Up to age 12 or 135 centimeter tall must use child car seat. After that, need to wear seatbelt. Okay, I don't know anything about that, so I'm not gonna say anything. George and Will are not. Kate is, but can see the other kids. UK Range Rover has shoulder strap for all the rear seats. All right, let's go to the next one. So I've already recorded for the day, but while I'm editing and I'm going back on Twitter, I'm seeing more tweets coming out regarding this. So I decided to record it and insert it in the video so I don't have to come back to it. Okay, so let's tackle these tweets. Choose a family to spend your life with. All right, so there's the Sussexes when they went to Disneyland, and there's the recent picture of the Wellses that looks miserable in the car. The kids, everybody in the car look miserable. Okay, haha. Look at those kids. Do they look happy? Like I've said in my previous recording, I feel like they took the kids out of their whatever it is that they were doing. Maybe they were playing and then they stopped them to get in the car to take that picture to show to the people, because their parents are too freaking lazy to do the actual work. So to show that they are a happy family, but the faces are not showing it, there they are. I feel like they disrupt the kids from whatever things they were doing. The Sussexes all day, every day, and the bag of chips. Well, F-O-D-O-L-O. Okay, why are we using Sussexes like this when we are meant to be their supporters? I don't understand what that means, but so happy Harry and Meghan got out. The Wells are struggling to hide their woes. That's an ad. I love to eat and drink, and Meghan shoes closet. Then getting a hug from Harry. He gives good hugs. Then giving Queen Doria a kiss and a huge hug of respect. Then go outside to eat and play with the children. They look miserable. There's zero love there with Willy Idol and Wadey Katie. Alright, Harry Spencer, Willy Parker Bowles. They look so happy. Which family to choose? I was looking into this. It's a long list. They keep on asking. This is like an AI on Twitter. Choose a family is subject on depending on what value. Oh, the question was which family to choose. The person asked the AI. Choosing a family is subjective and depends on what you value. Adventure and independence with Harry and Meghan, or tradition and duty with William and Kate. Poll shows higher public favor for the latter, but snapshots like these don't tell the full story. What's your priority? Well, based on what I've seen in terms of videos, not just this picture, on videos of Harry and Meghan, it looks much more fun. Even when Harry and Meghan take the kids to Disneyland, they took the time to go ride the thing by themselves and enjoy the moment as well. What is independence? The person keep on asking Grook, that's an AI. More question. What is independence? In this context, independence means Harry and Meghan's decision to step back from senior royal roles in 2020, gaining financial autonomy, personal freedom, and the ability to live and work outside traditional royal constraints, like in the US with their own projects. All right, what were the reasons for stepping back? And is it good to choose duty and lose independence? All right, let's see here. Oh my God. Harry and Meghan cited intense media scrutiny, racism toward Meghan, desire for financial independence, mental health concerns, and family privacy as reason for stepping back in 2020. They aim to split time between UK and North America. Whether choosing duty over independence is good depends on your priorities. Duty offers tradition and stability, while independence allows personal freedom and autonomy. What's best for you? That's good. Was it good for Harry and Meghan to choose independence? Again, William kicked them out. Keep that in mind. Whether it was good for Harry and Meghan to choose independence is subjective and mixed based on outcome. Pros includes financial autonomy, example, Netflix deal spares success, personal freedom in the US, and philanthropy via Archwell. Cons, strained family ties, public criticism, UK favorability at 19% per YouGov 2025. Oh my God, it's giving all of that. That's the percentage of the royal family favorability, 19% per YouGov. In 2025, and some project setbacks, i.e. Spotify, and expert note Harry may have regrets over family rifts, while Meghan seems content building her brand. They report focusing on their relationship and kids in 2025. What aspect matters most to you? Independence, I guess. Alright, so let's leave that alone. There's another tweet I added. Okay, choose family spent life. Okay. I want to make sure I get the right one. Choose family. LOL. This one is an add-on as well. I'm going to insert it. Okay, they're still talking about the card thing. That's why I'm inserting it into the tweet. LOL called it. William and Catherine only appear after Harry and Meghan Sussex dominate the headlines. One lemon pasta cooking video and my man surfing reel was enough to get them away from their private vacation and in front of some cameras, children and all. Alright. Prince and Princess of Wales joined Balmoral church outing. Wales family joined King and Queen for annual August getaway in Scotland. It's the way Meghan did her IG. What did she say in the caption with the reel? She disrupt people's. Oh my God, let me go to it. I'm not gonna play it. I don't wanna. Let's pause. Alright, what did she say here? We interrupt. That's it. We interrupt your regularly scheduled programming to bring you this important message. And that got them out. That got them out. Alright, so family, there's that here. She retweeted that. Let's pause that GIF. And how long before we get a post from an official royal account? Oh, and what are the tabloid headlines going to be? Okay, she is now blonde hair, looks like it. The fact that she's not too sick to dye her hair, but is too sick to visit charity. Bullseye. New wig, or did she color her hair? Just thinking out loud. Doctors usually recommend waiting 6 to 9 months after chemo before using hair dye because of the harsh chemicals. So she's well enough to get regular color treatment, but somehow not well enough to go back to work. This woman has a blank stare, classic sign of a person whose life has been drained. I will feel sorry for her, but then I realize the part she played in Meghan's suicidal ideation, and then I move on. Now I might be wrong, but if you had cancer, don't they let you not use dye in your hair? Alright, after these two, that's it. The bottom one says, like clockwork. Let's get the press to take picture of my blonde hair. Meghan's show will be out August 26th, and they are going to talk about her. Let's act like we're doing something. So predictable. Yeah, the squad call it. There's another one I'm gonna insert because spelling. Okay, let's see here. I want to make sure. I think that was it that I... Okay, because nothing spelled alleged. Cancer recovery, then a bleach job on the hair that you never lost with the alleged chemo. Straight out of royal treatment plan. The way the squad be wording that thing. She can have it both ways. Either it's a wig or she's bleaching her hair. Wank Middleton is a big joke. It's called sunlight. The other side of Catherine hair is brown. My dad had cancer. He hasn't lost his hair when he was having chemo. Richard K called them the faux family. The British royal family, it's not her hair, it's a wiglet. The ski photos show she had a fine plait. Alright, so that's that. I'm just adding this to the what I've already recorded. So let's get back to the original recording. Alright, so that's it. Alright, this one is talking about British media on William. So it depends on when was this posted. August 24, yesterday. This is a great read. William is getting cooked by the press. Alright, she put a link here. I'm not gonna click on it. Whatever the case, one thing's certain. Harry freed himself by refusing to play. William and trying to play both sides may have created his own nightmare. William isn't just trapped. Harry did said in the Oprah interview. He said that they were trapped.
My father and my brother, they are trapped. They don't get to leave. And I have huge compassion for that.
He's exposed, stripped of Harry and Meghan as shield. He's just a bland, work-shy aristocrat waiting to be devoured. Harry and Meghan left the table, and suddenly the press is eyeing its all-meal ticket again. The crown isn't freedom. It's a cage gilded and taxpayers' gold, and William, for all his scheming and all his silence, is about to find out what happens when the beast you've been feeding decides it's your turn on the menu. He should have done whatever pact he made with Harry when they were young, that not to deal with the tabloid. That's what they should have kept.
I'm acutely aware of where my family stand and how scared they are of the tabloids turning on them.
Turning on them for what? They're the royal family.
Yes, but it's there is this invisible what's termed or referred to as the invisible contracts behind closed doors between the institution and the tabloids, UK tabloids.
How so?
Well, it is to simplify it. It's a case of if you as a family member are willing to wine, dine, and give full access to these reporters, then you will get better press.
What do you care about better press if you're royal?
I think everyone needs to have some compassion for them in that situation, right? There is a level of control by fear that has existed for generations. I mean,
But
generation
who's
after
controlling?
generation.
Because if that was kept, can you imagine how powerful those two boys would have been together in the UK? Especially with the backing of Princess Diana as Princess Diana's sons? Can you imagine that? And the tabloid, the horse knew that. She knew that. Okay, this is why they separate them. They create the rift between those two boys. But Harry stuck with the deal. William got persuaded to go against that pact. Well, he's learning now, and I don't think he'll ever change. Okay, like I said, the wolves are returning home. All right. Oh, let's pause this. Oh, I usually like her take on things. Okay, every word is 1001% indisputable. True, no lies detected. Okay, I'll come back to this. All right, let's pause this. That's an ad. Okay, excellent analysis, but it fails to point out that William took a $1 million bribe on the quiet from Murdoch whilst Harry sued the press publicly. That is the major difference in their relationship with the press. The bribe part, I'm not going as far to say it's a bribe. The bribe part, it will be somewhat silent, which I've said in the past that we are not aware of. I will say $1 million just to not sue, and I will call it somewhat a settlement, okay, for not suing. That's it. This is a deal they make. I'm giving you $1 million. Don't call me to court. I will accept that. And then, but the thing I will not excuse him for is him being quiet. But what I think happened closed doors, even though this is something I've said, and for some reason I truly believe it, even though it's not official, it's not a fact, it's just my opinion. After he settled quietly with the newspaper, which is fine, that's his own doing, I think this is pure speculation, the papers probably, the Murdoch people probably gave him some extra and said, look, I'm giving you this extra, prevent your brother from suing us. And I think this was something that William felt he has control of Harry. So he felt confident in that, not knowing Harry has his own will. Harry usually stay quiet, don't, due to hierarchy and things like that, he showed respect for his older brother and things like that. But when it came to that, this is one thing he couldn't stop Harry from. Okay? Because they were tormented him, and then they passed that same tormentment to his wife. This is what couldn't prevent Harry from from stopping. Okay? I think they gave William some extra cash, even though both boys had upper hand. Harry understood he had upper hand from the tabloid. I don't think William did. Okay? But that's that. Alright, let's for comment on that, and then I'll go back out to listen to the lady's video. There was a cost for that $1 million pound. He is not providing his end of the bargain by refusing to offer them red meat to pay their bills. That part I understand. I agree with that. It's part of some of the thing that I said. And I think that red meat is to prevent Harry from suing. And then instead he was feeding Harry to the wolves, making Harry more pissed to go really after the paper. They miscalculate Harry. Because Harry used to be pissed with the papers already because they keep on writing nonsense, and he kept on calling them, or complaining to Ipso. And Ipso keeps on throwing, brush him off. And then there's William, who's stirring the pot, thinking that Harry will keep on doing the same. He didn't think Harry will take it to the next level. Okay, those skeletons have some meaty pieces on them too. William's hatred and vanity was played by his advisors and the press to the point of no return. He has nowhere to hide. Let's see here. Exactly. The UK press know where all his bodies are buried, and if we knew all there is to know about his going on, William wouldn't be able to be king, particularly because it would be all his betrayal of Kate, his cancer-stricken, devoted, mute, carved up, perfect English words. Never mind the 28 plus D notice Prince Philip had on the press reporting on his activities. They are normally taken out during war to protect the country. What the heck was his 28 about? Okay, I don't know anything about that. Wasn't he speaking of and the Profumo affair? So many whispered stories of entanglement with all sort of names. Quite the life. I don't know anything about that. He was away from Queen Elizabeth on Britannia for a number of years. Okay, so they're probably talking about Prince Philip. Let's leave that alone. Let's go back. Let's listen to her. Let's go into that. Alright. As above, so below. This happened also in families at offices. Prince Harry and Meghan are like a mirror reflecting what's going on around you. Like Harry and Meghan live and don't even look back. And sure God will reward you because he no man's debtor. Okay, so what is this about? 2 minutes and 37 seconds. When company newsletter praises the laziest employee. Okay, let's see here.
Imagine working in a company where the hardest workers are criticized, sabotaged, and eventually they get pushed out. And the laziest staff members, the ones who show up late or not at all, they barely contribute, they disappear on endless holidays. They get weekly newsletters praising how essential and dedicated they are. Yeah, think about it. That's the British monarchy. For years, Harry and Meghan were the ones putting in the real work. So they did the global tours, they did the youth initiatives, they did the mental health projects, they did the Invictus Games, and they did projects like Grenfell, like SmartWorks, and these are causes that actually connected with people. They brought energy, they brought glamour, and they delivered. But instead of support, they got abuse, they got leaks, and they got a press machine determined to tear them down. Meanwhile, the other couple, they could cancel events, As we recently saw with VJ Day, they could take months off and still be hailed as the shining future of the crown. It's not about work. It's about protecting hierarchy. The system needs to be propped up at all costs, even when a certain person does the bare minimum and the spare is actually outperforming him. And when the real workers finally leave, the company doesn't even reflect on its toxic culture. It just doubles down. It praises the slackest workers, and it pretends that there is absolutely nothing wrong with the system.
And this is what really infuriating some people, to see that they're elevating the laziest of the lazies and then making a mockery of people's intelligence. And I think this is what really pissing some people off. A lot of Brits were really quiet, from my understanding, from the outside. If you are in the UK, you could tell me I'm right or wrong or whatever. It seems like the Brits were okay of the monarchy or the system that they have. They don't care. If you don't bother them, don't bother me, don't get in. But they keep on abusing the system to the point where they're making a mockery of the Brits' intelligence. That's what I'm getting. Lately, I'm seeing more Brits, like on some of the video clips that I keep on coming across. The callers are upset, and they letting the presenters that, look, stop making a fool of me. Okay, I'm not that stupid for you to keep on saying those BS. So this kind of thing been going on for a very long time, and the royal family got away with it. So they don't know any other way. Now some of the Brits, especially with the way the system is making life hard for them, and many of them are saying, stop insulting their intelligence, to put it bluntly. All right, so let's continue. And William thought that, you know, since this is the way it's been going on, he thought that he could continue the same thing, not doing a damn thing, and then the papers will cover for them. And I hope Americans are paying attention to some of the things that's going on in the US with those headlines. I be sharing, especially yesterday, I was seeing a lot of things about the papers, the Middle East, how in terms of there's going to be a midterm election coming up, you know, saying how the Democrats or whatever, you know, make it seems like things are not going too well for the Democrats. This is why they wanted to capture all form of communication. They want to control the narrative. The same BS that's been going on in the UK, they bring it over here. And then one thing we need to be aware of, if you're in the US, there could be a few accounts that's making a lot of noises. This is what's been going on in the UK. They're copying the same blueprint, bring it over here. I mean, God had directed me perfectly to look into Harry and Meghan and the royal family for me to see some of these. I will never have believed this if it wasn't for the UK tabloid who were bashing on Meghan. I used to mind my own business and do whatever, but when I was seeing some of the nonsense happening in the US, it triggers me. All right, and then there come Harry and Meghan's union, and then bloom, start looking into it, and I see the same replication is happening in the US. All right, so let's continue. But the UK, I think, is speaking up, saying stop insulting their intelligence. Let's continue.
Or with the institution. Harry and Meghan leaving didn't break the monarchy. It exposed a toxic workplace where mediocrity is rewarded and effort is punished, and image matters more than impact.
Yeah, and this is why they told Meghan to be 50% less. All right, you're doing too much, because they themselves, they're not doing as much as Meghan was doing a few seconds she was over there. And because of that, and then the thing is that this is the thing I don't understand. They miscalculate this nonsense that they created. They know they cannot do some of the things, but yet they bashing every single day Harry and Meghan. I don't know how Harry was able to survive over there. They were going at it 24/7 non-stop, and they continue. They haven't learned anything yet. They continue, by the way. And then now they're being exposed. You would have thought they would stop. They're still going at it. I don't understand this logic of them. Let's continue.
Because let's be honest, if this was your company and your future depended on certain employees who barely show up, maybe it's a company not worth saving. My name's Elizabeth. I'm the author of The Luxpreneur. Please click the link in my bio for your copy. And for more insights like these, please like, share, comment, and follow me.
All right, so that was a good take. Let's see some of the... Oh, there's more. It's probably the same thing. All right, pause this. Well said, you nailed it. All right, what is that? This is an ad. All right, let me make sure I'm following the right... Okay, let's pause this. 39, yes. Okay, next tweet.
It is a great privilege to be with all of you today.
You know, we ask for forgiveness and please come back.
As you saw me find the love and happiness that I'd hoped for all my life. You are all in this together, and if I may speak personally, we are all in this together, because asking for help was one of the best decisions that I ever made. You will be continually amazed how life changes for the better